2nd, 1991.
Yes.
And at or about that time, on that late afternoon, did you have occasion to see a person that you knew at that time or subsequently learned was a fellow by the name of Jeffrey Dahmer?
Yes.
And you know that Mr. Dahmer you're speaking about is a defendant in this case to my right, correct?
Yes.
And that I made a record. I showed the identification.
Sir, would you indicate where Mr. Dahmer is seated in the courtroom?
It's over there.
Right in the middle between my two associates?
Yeah.
Is that right?
That's right.
Okay.
The record should reflect the defendant's been identified.
Now, Mr. Edwards, you and I met for the first time last evening.
Yes.
And you came up from Louisiana at my request. Your brother, he wasn't one of the three that you were with.
No.
You saw him on the street?
Yeah.
Okay, so you had conversation.
Right.
Okay, did anyone go into a liquor store and buy anything?
Mr. Dahmer brought liquor. Yeah.
So he went into a liquor store?
Right.
And when he came out, who was still there?
Okay. When he came out, we were all still there.
And then what happened? Tell us what happened then.
Okay. He was talking to them. Then we were going to go up the street. I was going to go home and change and everything at this time. So we proceeded. We caught a cab at the bus station,
Okay. Now, what was your plan as you were in front of that liquor store after Mr. Dahmer came out with the liquor and you had been talking to your brother? What was your plan? What were you going to do? You say you were going to go home and change clothes?
Yeah, eventually I was going to go over there, and maybe check out what he was talking about making the money at that time.
So your interest was in making some money?
Right.
Did he tell you how much you would be paid if you did pose for him?
He said $100 for
You had no idea, did you, that this was for any homosexual
No,
conduct?
he didn't come across like that, and he didn't even act like it at that time.
Okay. So now your friends are still there, and you're going to go home and you order a cab for the over at the bus depot. What happens? Tell us what happens.
Okay. And then me and Dahmer, my friends said they're going to go and change and call up the girls, and we'll meet up later on,
So back during this little Jeffrey Dahmer thing, a lot of y'all don't remember that shit, but I was like 10 years old when it happened in '91, and his victims and shit, right? He was basically targeting people that he knew that wouldn't be missed by others and shit. So like these little stray away people that you see out here on the streets and stuff, that's always out and about, look like they ain't got nowhere to go, look like don't nobody care too much for them and stuff. So those was the people that he was targeting. You get what I'm saying? People that if they took a missing, it wouldn't raise no type of suspicion in nobody's eyes and stuff like, hey, such and such missing, time to investigate or whatever. So, and he got some of the people by like, he was a photographer and he was willing to pay people money for posing nude. That should have raised up a flag then and there with some of these people. So you all are hearing testimonies from one of the guys that got away. That's how Jeffrey Dahmer had got caught because this dude had got away and stuff. And police and different people had been to his residence several times and always got whiff of a foul odor and stuff. But he always said that it was something I forgot, but it was another Asian dude or Chinese or Asian or something, and he got away and shit. He goes down the street. Somehow he gets the police and stuff right. He tells the police what happened. Like, hey, guy tried to Jeffrey Dahmer used to drill holes in people's heads and stuff too. And he put some type of acid inside of their inside the hole or something. He was basically trying to make people like mummies and mannequins and it's so much stuff with him. Y'all go check that shit out on Netflix and see it's coming back to surface now because evidently it's just started being on Netflix or something. You get what I'm saying? But this shit was way back in '91. I was 10 years old, man, and that's all I can remember is like a guy, a serial killer has finally got caught and he has his victims body organs in the refrigerator, some of them in goddamn containers and shit like that. Then you got torsos and in containers and shit with acid filled with acid and shit like that. But yeah, man, it was crazy how what he used to do and stuff, right? So he got killed in prison by his bunkmate and stuff like that. If you ask me if anything happened to you while you were incarcerated, I feel like the guards have something to do with that shit too. But yeah, man, he was sentenced. He was given 15 life sentences. 15 life sentences. So the dude that's testifying now, that's the one that got away. And he was the reason how Jeffrey Dahmer got caught. Like that shit led the law back to his house. They started searching and started checking on smells and this and that. And back to that Asian boy that got away. The Asian boy got away some type of way, goes down the street. Somehow he gets in contact with authorities and stuff. Tell them the deal. He bloody as hell now. Tells them the deal. The police takes him back to Jeffrey Dahmer crib. Lets him know, like, hey man, this guy said you harmed him and such and such and such. Jeffrey Dahmer convinced convinced the authorities, like, hey man, he's just drunk. He's out of his mind. Leave him here. I'll just let him rest and he'll sober up. So they got a recording. They was fired after this. It was the police chief and the sergeant or something like that. They laughing and joking over the CB, like, hey man, we just dropped this little gay Asian boy back with his lover. The whole time they didn't know that that boy's story was real. So a little after the cops authorities took the Asian boy back to Jeffrey Dahmer crib, Jeffrey Dahmer killed him and shit. Mug used to goddamn drill holes in people's heads and put some type of acid in that shit. So dude got away that's talking at trial and stuff now at Jeffrey Dahmer trial and stuff. This was in '91. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit. So years down the line and shit, right? This Edwards dude and shit, right? Let me see what's his name. Um, Tracy Edwards. That's his name, Tracy Edwards, an African American man. But he said that he wasn't homosexual or anything, but reporters, excuse me, y'all, reporters and sources said that he was majority of all the Jeffrey Dahmer victims were homosexual. So dude on the stand said he wasn't homosexual and stuff, but later on down the line and stuff, due to what he went through mentally, they try to use that as an excuse for his life of crime because later on down the line, him and another guy was suspects of throwing somebody over a bridge into the river, and the guy drowned and died and stuff. So this Tracy, this dude right here that's testifying, was with the guy years later after the Jeffrey Dahmer trial and stuff. He was strung out on alcohol and drugs and stuff. He took to a life of crime because they said that mentally he wasn't there no more. But he supposedly had went and got mentally checked out when you go through what you went through with Jeffrey Dahmer. So years down the line, he has a stint in prison and jail for various crimes and stuff. And they try to say it's because his mental wasn't all the way together because of that night that he was with Jeffrey Dahmer. You get what I'm saying? But the man name is Tracy Edwards. We're gonna hear a little bit more, and then y'all go check it. Just type his name in. Jeffrey Dahmer's victim, Tracy Edwards, or you could just type in Jeffrey Dahmer trial or something. The man admits to everything. He admits to everything. Like you get what he admits to everything. I don't even have to watch Netflix, but it will be interesting to watch it though because some of that shit might be fabricated. Some of that shit might be just for the thrill or whatever. So I don't like dealing with shit like that. I want to know that shit all the way through to get understanding, just like that O.J. Simpson trial. You get what I'm saying? When I watched that shit on Netflix, Cuba Gooding Jr. played a good ass act. He played O.J. Simpson to the T on there and stuff. So back to this. Now we're gonna get back to this. This is his one of his. This is the guy that got away. This is the only one that got away. You get what I'm saying? And he's on the stand during the trial of Jeffrey Dahmer.
Was there an address given as to where you were
He
going?
gave them some address that wasn't correct.
You later found that out?
Right from my friends.
What happened then? Who else remained there when this was all transpired? Just you and Mr. Dahmer, or you, Mr. Dahmer, and others?
After it all had transpired, it was me and Mr. Dahmer in the cab, leaving.
You met up at about 5:45, 6 o'clock, 6:15. What time is it now at this time?
It's maybe 6:30 as we get to 26th in Wisconsin.
So you stop at 26th in Wisconsin, and what happens there?
Okay, we get out the cab then, and then he suggested he go to the store and get cigarettes before he went to his apartment.
And after he did that, did you go to his apartment?
Yeah,
What route?
through the alleys, through the back way. He turned off burglar alarms. I asked him why. First, it was a foul odor, okay?
Tell us about that. What kind of an
It
odor?
was just like an odor. I didn't quite know what it was. He told me a sewer pipe had broke and management would take care of it. Yeah.
And did you accept that?
Yes, because I worked around at construction companies before, and when pipes bust, sewer pipes bust, they smell. So I
Okay.
brought that.
So you say the first thing he did was notice the odor. He opened the door to the apartment.
Yes,
You walked in.
yes.
He turned off something. What did he turn off?
Alarms.
Did you ask him about that?
Yeah, and he said the part of the neighborhood he was in, he was protecting his property, things like that, cameras, VCRs, TVs, things of that nature.
Did you accept that?
Yes, I did.
After getting in the apartment, can you generally describe the apartment, both the apartment that you saw then and the apartment that the other parts of the apartment you saw? Tell the jury what the apartment was like.
It was like normal, pretty decent apartment, had nice things in it. It had certain boxes sitting on the front, neurotic acid boxes. I asked him about it. He said he cleaned bricks with those, which you can use that type of acid to clean bricks. So I brought that also.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand what you just said. You asked him about some boxes,
Yeah, that were laying in the front living room floor.
and what did he tell you about those?
That he cleaned brick with the neurotic acid. Okay.
Now, was the apartment small, large, medium? Give us the size.
Kind of medium size. Yeah.
Right now, when you went in there, you went in as you entered? Were you in the living room?
Yes.
And what was the living room? What did you see in there? The boxes you told us about.
Boxes. There's a couch. There's a fish tank.
Okay. And when he brings you the beer, he brings you rum and coke.
Yeah, he brings that. Yeah, he brings the beer first, and then he brings the rum and coke.
How big of a glass?
Maybe that big.
About 4 inches high.
4 inches. Yeah, 3.5, something like that.
Did you ever taste it?
Yeah, I took a few sips.
Was it strong, weak, medium, or just about right?
I'm not a big liquor drinker, so it didn't taste that good to me. I don't.
Didn't taste good to you. You don't know if it was strong or not.
Strong or not, because I'm.
What did Mr. Dahmer do? Did he likewise have a drink?
I think yeah, right. A beer, but I don't think he drank all of his drink at that time.
Did he have any rum with him?
I just noticed the beer. Right.
What time are we talking about now that you're sitting on the couch and you get the beer? You got over there about what time and how long after this?
It's about before 7, quarter to 7, something like that.
So you're sitting on the couch, he brings you a beer and rum and coke, what happens?
Okay, then we just study talking and everything, you know.
General talk?
General talk.
What happens?
Yeah, then I was just, I don't know, getting a little agitated maybe, you know, because of the smell and things. And then he threw my conversation off talking about the fish in the fish tank, you know.
Okay, when you start talking about the fish in the fish tank, do you bring that up or does he?
He does.
And what do you do when he does that?
I turn to the right, like the fish tank is here. I'm turning all the way over here.
You turn to your right to look at it?
To look at the fish tank, right.
And when that happens, what happens to you?
All of a sudden, a handcuff and a knife is pulled on me. Yeah.
Handcuff is placed on your body? Where?
On my left wrist.
And you see a knife?
Yeah, the knife, yeah.
Now, at that moment, what do you do?
First, I feel fear. Then I ask him what's going on. You know, this is not necessary, you know, to pull a knife on me at that.
Are you afraid?
Yes. Apartment. He went through the back to the back bedroom. Maybe he put it on then. I'm not sure.
Okay. And then what happened? You're both sitting on the bed?
Yes.
Are you still in handcuffs?
Yes.
Is he holding the handcuff?
Right.
Do you still have the knife?
Right.
Is it pointed at your side as you've told us before?
Right.
You trying to be cool?
Very much so.
You're not fighting with him?
No.
What's your intention? What are you planning on doing?
Getting away. I was contemplating on at the point jumping out the window. You know, I was basically talking with this person, trying to let him know I was his friend.
As you were sitting there on the bed, when he had you by the handcuff and a knife at your side, at that time, which would have been maybe 7 o'clock,
Something like that.
what impression was made upon your mind by the conduct, action, manner, expression, and conversation that you observed of Mr. Dahmer?
Feel like it was like he wanted to mimic it or be like that part, you know, being demonized or whatever in that nature.
I'm sorry, Mr.
Yeah, like he wanted that type of movie, that part, certain parts of that part interested him. You know, it was like he changed with it at times. Then he would get more aggressive, try to get me to handcuff myself, both hands. And he's told me it made him feel more dominant.
Okay, did you and he move off of the bed at any time?
Yes, he wanted me to lay flat down, stomach down on the floor at that time.
Did you at any time go to the bathroom, use the washroom prior to the time that he asked you to lay down on the floor?
No.
All right, tell us what happened how did that happen that he told you to lay down on the floor?
Yeah, he told me to lay down, face down, put both of my hands behind my back because he changed again at that point, like he got more aggressive at that time.
Okay, now, but tell us, did he still have the knife out?
Yes, he still had the knife.
The knife?
Yes, apparently so. Time seemed to, I don't know. But I stayed in there that long, so it had to be going on throughout the whole ordeal, which it was. So time just, it happened like that.
And all this time you're trying to hold him down.
Yeah, certain points, right.
How often would he go in and out of these moods?
Sir, the time spans I couldn't really tell you, but like he would I guess if you want to put it together in time, every 30 minutes, 20 minutes, something like that, you know. And then he would have moods of being just silent, you know. And I wouldn't say anything, try to provoke him or say the wrong thing. I would be silent with him.
Okay. So you just let him be alone. Was that movie on the whole time, a long time?
It was on a pretty good period of time, yeah. When it went off, I couldn't tell you.
Did he continue to chant from time to time?
Yes, it happened several times throughout the ordeal.
Now,
Jump out the window or go for the door or whatever, because the back bedroom didn't have air conditioning, only in the front. So I suggested we sit on the couch. I had unbuttoned my shirt to try to make him feel more at ease. And then I just sat on the couch and he just started going out of himself again.
going out of himself?
Yeah, he was like paying me no attention at that time.
Like he wasn't there?
Yeah, he started the chanting again and it's like just sitting there, you know. And then I just, for some reason, I said, well, I need to go to the bathroom again, and he didn't follow me at that point. So I reached up, I got up, and then I hit him, and I ran out.
So you hit him.
Right.
Did you have any other belongings there?
I had my bag right there at the end of the couch. I sit in exactly the same place I sit when I went in there.
So when you got up, he let go of your cuff to let you go to the bathroom again?
He didn't even, he just let me stay there. I was going to go for the window. At that point, he didn't even have the cuff. It's like I wasn't even there anymore.
And when you saw that, what'd you do?
I just seized the opportunity. I said, well, at least I'm going to die trying. I'm not just going to sit here, you know.
What'd you do, son?
I hit him, and I ran towards the door, and he was right there, tried to grab me, get me back in there.
And what happened?
Then I made it outside.
So he wasn't able to bring you back in?
Bring me back in there, no.
He tried.
He tried.